Hello.
Yay. Hello. We're live. Okay.
How art thou?
I do not feel mentally here today. I wasn't planning on it, but I got a vaccination today. Um, but spur of the moment. And yeah, because I was struggling to get doctor's appointments and things. And then this week it just happened to work out. And it kind of hit me hard today. So yeah,
That's
that's where
okay.
I'm at. How are you?
And I'm so tired. I'm like struggling to keep my eyes open. So we shall see how this live show goes.
Bit of chaos, I think.
At
But
least we
that's okay.
finished the book, and that counts.
Oh yeah, I was struggling with this book, I have to say. Wasn't sure I was going to finish, but you finished on Thursday.
Mhm. So last night I was like, plan to read, and then I was like, oh, I don't have to read.
That's nice. I've been struggling to read during the week though. I just get home and I'm so tired, and in the mornings
Mhm.
I'm tired. Uh, yeah, this week
Just
hasn't been
always
a good
tired.
week. Yeah, very much. Just always tired lately. Um, yeah, definitely getting used to teaching for sure. This is officially like been the longest in a row now because my pracs were 5 weeks and this has been week 6 of term 1. So
You did it.
yeah,
Mhm.
getting there.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, welcome to the live show. We got a bit distracted there, but we are talking about, oh my gosh,
You can't see it.
what a shadow. That's
Lord of
out.
Shadows.
Yep.
My book's not here, so I couldn't even get it. Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare.
Mhm. And we usually have a
It
little script of things that we say in the beginning, and we haven't said any of that stuff. So, yeah, just welcome
mm,
to the live show if you're here or watching it later.
mhm.
And
Lord of Shadows is the second book in a trilogy, so we've already had the live show of the first book, which will be linked in the description if you want to watch it.
yeah, that was on Laia's channel.
And just a reminder, this live show is a safe space, and everyone is welcome.
Yes, everyone is. Um, okay. Shall we just jump right into our general thoughts about this book?
Mhm. I'll go first.
Sure.
Let me get my notes. I actually have notes this time.
Yay! I'm the one
Not that
without
many.
this time.
Last time it was the other way around, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We balance each other. We balance each other out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just said I like. I think this was more so in the first book than this one, but I love the addition of the Centurions, except those that are part of the cohort and obviously Zara. But I think
Mm,
Centurions are like such a cool concept, but I think those particular people are ruining like the name of Centurions. Like people are gonna have a bad association with them, but actually they're so cool.
yeah, I agree. Um, I'm interested in learning more about the Scholomance, and I can't remember if we do learn more about it in later books or not.
I think we do in the next one.
I think we have to tag
Because
it
at
in
the end of this one, Diego took
Karen. Yeah. Mm.
Kieran, and then yeah, we like see them. Anyway, let's not talk about the next book. Let's talk about this book.
Yeah.
um, then the next thing, um, Mark and Helen's fairy names are Mayak and Alessa. And I think those also such pretty names, and they're so much better than the
I
names Mark
know.
and Helen. Like,
I also had that
like no
thought.
offense, but Alessa is like such a pretty name.
I
Like,
know.
why not call her Alessa? Why change it to Helen? It makes no sense. And like Mark, I kind of get, but Mayak is like such a cool name.
Aren't the all the blackthorns named after like famous rulers, like Greek
I don't
Rome,
know.
like Marcus Aurelius and uh, Julius Caesar and those types of people? I feel like that's where their names come from. And Tiberius, they're all very like,
Hmm.
so, and then Helen, like Helen of Troy, they're all like from like classic.
Yeah, but Alessa is just
Yeah.
so pretty, and I'm like, that's such a wasted opportunity. Like,
Mm,
because
yeah.
Alessa is so pretty.
I I feel like um they did it deliberately though, like kind of trying to show that they were going to raise them as shadow hunters and trying to disassociate them from anything to do with their mother, which is really sad. But I
Maybe.
yeah, it was quite deliberate. And like names have a lot of power in this world, as we've been learning a lot more in this book as well, especially with like, that threat Annabelle made saying that she knows the King of Shadows name, and everybody got real freaked out. So I feel like what people call you is really powerful. And even with small things like between Jules and Emma, like he's been asking her to call him Julian because it has a different connotation. Him being more adult versus Jules is how uh, he feels more childlike and he doesn't really feel like that person around her anymore.
Hmm.
So interesting discussion. And I like that you touched on the names though, because I know it's something you're really interested in general.
I know, but obviously I noticed that because I was like, that's such a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, why change their names when they had such beautiful names? But yeah, like probably it like obviously was on purpose. But then I don't know, finding out their fairy names was quite cool.
Yeah. And I don't feel like they really knew their names. Maybe Helen remembers.
They must have because like Mark reacted to his name. Like he didn't be like he wasn't like, what did you just call me?
Oh,
Like
okay.
he kind of was like, yeah,
But then why didn't they call him that when he was in the wild hunt? That's what I was wondering, is why
mm,
like he didn't just revert back to calling him that and why Kieran doesn't call him that.
probably because he was like he was pretty insistent on being a blackthorn and being Mark. Like he was pretty insistent on his identity. Like
Mm-hmm.
he did not want to admit that he was like a fairy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and like forget his family. I
Yeah.
think he also maybe felt like he would forget himself if he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, that is true. But that also makes me wonder whether like all of the other fairies actually knew about his name or not. But
Just sounds like um sounds like well he didn't really have friends in the Wild Hunt, so
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
the other fairies cared.
yeah, they're just cruel for no
Hmm.
reason.
Okay, and then
Um,
I also wrote that I love Christina's obsession with fairy.
me
Like,
too.
I don't know, there was in the beginning of the book, I think there was just a moment where it's like, I love her obsession with fairy and how she just knows things that other people don't know.
Yeah, me too. It was really
I think
cute.
it's so cool. And then the way everything's busy turning out for her, like her lifelong obsession with fairies, and now Mark and Kieran are in her life. Like, I
I
think it's
know.
so cool.
We can only dream. If only
Hmm.
life was that way. But yeah, it's really cool. And I love
Hmm.
that she kind of got to be a bit more prominent in this book. I
Hmm.
feel like we got to see a lot more of them, and I really like that. And seeing like her develop relationships with the boys.
Hmm.
Cute.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
with Emma as well.
Yes, yes. I'm still so sad that they are not Parabatai. Like, ugh, so sad.
Yep. Okay, and then just a note on when Christina was in the London Institute, there were initials like um, carved into her bed frame, and then initials were JB and LH. And like, if you haven't read the other books, you wouldn't know who that was, so it wouldn't really be significant. But because we have read the other books, it's pretty cool because it's like obviously Jessie Blackthorne and Lucy Herondale.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. And I don't think we've read about them like carving that into the bed. So that means it's coming in the third book, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not out yet.
Yeah. I like that they touched on quite a few things though from the last hours because there was also
And the photos.
yeah, yeah, the photos. And I was just like, oh, it's the what are they called? Um, what's their gang name?
Oh, the thieves. What the
Memories.
Merry
Yeah,
Thieves. Hmm.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I just love that and like that link with a book that in this publication order you wouldn't even have read yet.
yeah,
So it's like
exactly.
giving a little hint of what's coming, even though it's not, you wouldn't necessarily think it's significant, but it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just a little link to the London Institute because obviously they're visiting the London Institute and now they're seeing all these things about the people who used to live there. And
Mhm.
also Jessamine, like
Yes.
her ghost. I loved that. I like loved her personality as a ghost.
Me
It
too,
was so
I love
cool.
her as a
And the
ghost. And
way
I
she spoke,
to Kit, yeah,
mhm, the way
yes.
she spoke to Kid was so funny.
And I love how like she's just now the ghost whisperer all of a sudden and just like translating. Oh,
It was so funny. And he just like took it in his stride.
yeah. And I love
And then
how like
even at the mhm,
mhm. You go, you go.
even at the very end when they were all in the infirmary and then they were just talking and then randomly Kit was like, Jessamine didn't like that or something along those lines. And like you wouldn't even have known Jessamine was there.
Yeah, and she just breaks stuff. And I love
Yeah.
how the aunt like I thought she was talking to Jessamine all the time and then it
She was just
turned
pretending.
she was pretending. I was like,
That was funny.
yeah. Oh
And the way
yeah.
she just fled.
Yes. It was just too random, but I love it. And I like that we ended up going back to London though. Um
Hmm.
yeah. Um,
Okay, that was all my like general thoughts. The other notes I have is my favorite parts. So I'll leave that for then.
okay.
Do you have any
Um
general thoughts?
I started notes at some point, so I'll read what I wrote. Like there was like 4 lines of stuff and then I stopped taking notes. Um, but I wrote that when they went to the pier at the beginning of the book, it made me really want to go to
Mhm.
one. Like I really love the atmosphere of things like that, and I got so nostalgic.
That
Yeah,
was such a cool scene though,
yeah, I loved it.
with the sea demon on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, it was super cool, and like I love amusement parks and things like that. It's like one of my favorite things to go out and do and see. So I love that that was included in a book. And then I also really liked seeing Jason Clary in this book and their I wrote their casualness of existing together and how they're just like they just are now. And
Hmm.
we went on like a whole journey with them of their angst and will they, won't they, and all of their stuff over 6 books. And now they're just
Yeah.
yeah,
Was it in this book though where Clary admitted to Emma why she said no to Jace
yeah,
proposing?
yeah. It
Yeah,
was
so there's that.
yeah. There is that whole like underlying thing going on
Hmm.
and I look
Almost
forward to
forgot
it
about that.
again. Yeah, a lot happened in this book. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But then
Um,
also,
mhm.
sorry, um, Diana's relationship with Gwen. So
Yeah,
cool. I love
yeah,
it.
Yeah. And we also got to see a bit more of Kit talking about Ty's autism,
Mhm.
which was quite interesting. And like these books really do deal a lot more with mental health, even like the whole end bit with Annabelle, and she did not come back okay, and
Mhm.
probably because of her being
She just
tortured in
lost it.
and then
Mhm.
like half awake from
Mhm.
Malcolm. I don't like that there's two warlocks with M names. It really bugs me. Like I'm just like, wow,
Magnus and Malcolm. Mhm.
so many more letters in the alphabet. But anyway, um, yeah, and how she just like lost her mind at the end there, and I just felt like simultaneously horrified at what happened and also so sad for her because like there comes a level in your brain where you just can't control your actions anymore when you're having a
Yeah.
meltdown. And I feel like it was interesting that she did it that way because Ty can probably really relate. And
Mhm. But
uh,
it's crazy because there was like so obviously just like a switch.
yeah, she shut down and like you could see it in her eyes and stuff. And like that's how autistic meltdowns are described sometimes. And like you
Mhm.
just don't have control over what you do. So made me very sad. Um, anyways, on a lighter note, I did also love seeing Magnus and Alec, and we got to see baby Raphael for the first time.
Well, Raphael is like a child,
Yeah,
not a
well,
baby. He's
you
like
know,
older than Max.
yeah, but he's there. He's and
Mhm.
you know,
I
um,
know. That's
I
so
wasn't sure
cute.
when he was going to appear, but I like that it was in this one, and we got to see them a lot more. Um, and yeah, then that whole bit with Marisol and what's her boyfriend's name?
Oh, I know. So sad.
He like Jonathan or something.
John. Yes, it was John.
Yeah.
John
Oh,
Cartwright.
I got upset.
I know, because we got to like know John in
What?
Tales from Shadowhunter Academy.
Exactly. I was very upset about that. Um, that's kind of where I stopped making notes. But yeah, just in general, I enjoyed the book. It had a lot of heartbreaking moments, and then I did
Mhm.
like the lighter ones, and I liked that they started integrating the characters from all the different kind of shadow hunter worlds together.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
Did you catch Drew going into fairy for a few seconds and who
yes.
she saw there? Did he ring
She's
a bell? Because last time I mentioned Ash and you didn't remember who Ash was, and now she fell into fairy. And even though we didn't get a name,
I
she
still
saw
don't
Ash.
remember who that is. No
Remember,
way.
she saw a blonde haired, green eyed boy.
Oh, okay, okay. I think I know. Yeah.
So that's going
Mm,
to be Ash in the next book.
okay. Hmm.
So that's just something to remember.
I just that whole like thing with Drew and Jamie though made me really uncomfortable. I was just like, what are you doing?
Mm.
I don't like,
But Jamie was really like respectful and stuff, so
yeah, but
Drew just
mm,
wanted attention.
yeah, it was, I guess, a necessary thing when you have so many siblings. There will be some that feel overlooked. So, um, yeah, I don't really know what to say, but I guess it's
hmm
just like kind of always check up on people, even if you think they're doing okay. Sometimes they're not doing okay, and yeah, that's what I got
hmm
from that. Oh, and also very sad. My Shadowhunter bookmark is like, oh my god,
Oh no.
peeling. So I ordered a new one. I have a replacement. So I was getting upset because I use this for all of our book club books.
Mhm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um Also the fact that um Emma and Julian went and told everything to the Inquisitor, Robert,
Now
and
he's dead.
then and Robert was killed. And now, like right after they told him everything,
You know, I
Annabelle.
don't. Oh, I don't
So
know
now
how.
no one's gonna know.
Yeah,
You don't know how?
I don't know how you read this book and then like waited for a year for the next one.
It killed me. It really, really killed me.
Especially
Because
first time.
that ending is the worst ending of any book ever.
It's so abrupt. And like that chapter is so long, and I was
I
just
know.
like, ugh, the whole time. That's probably why it took me so long to finish because I was just like, I'm not prepared, don't want to do
But it
it.
wasn't as like emotionally bad, I don't know, for me this time because I was expecting it.
Yeah, me too.
Although
Like,
I did forget that Robert also died, but I was expecting Livvy.
yeah, I also forgot about it.
But then Alec like crumbling against the door.
Yeah, it
But
wasn't
there's
good.
like so much that's this, like Robert's death and obviously Livy's, it's like such a catalyst for
Mm,
so many things to happen.
yes, it
Because
is.
now Emma and Julian aren't going to get their exile. And I can't remember who the next Inquisitor is, but I'm pretty sure it's not someone that would be understanding.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. It really messes everything up for them.
Hmm.
And oh, yeah, but I'm really looking forward to the next book though. Uh,
Hmm.
if I ever manage to finish it, I'll
Well, we
probably
have
yeah,
7 weeks, so you should finish it.
yeah, 100 pages a week, roundabout. Yeah,
I don't know, I haven't checked how many pages the next book has.
I think so. I think it's the thickest one yet. It's bigger than this one.
Hmm. But the next one, I remember it being a roller coaster of emotions. Like it's like it's just a roller coaster. I remember like, and then I remember like bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happening, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
so much." So,
yeah.
but I hope I read it quickly because I have a book that I want to read after before
I
our next book club
yeah,
book.
I'd like some time, but I think after that one, at least we'll be back to smaller books, and then it should be
Mm-hmm. It'll be
easier.
much easier.
I haven't read other books much either, at least not
I've
fiction.
only read Shadowhunter books this year. It's all I've read.
It's not the vibe. It's
No.
going to depress us, but
Yep.
it's fine. Um, okay.
Anyway,
Did you want to share what you liked the most about the book?
yes.
Or should we do least favorite first and then favorite?
Okay.
Let's switch it up. Least.
I don't really have a least favorite except for Livvy dying.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I hate it when they like kill first of all siblings, but second of all, why you gotta do a twin like that?
But also, did you notice the amount of foreshadowing? Like there was an insane amount of foreshadowing for Livy's death. Did you not notice?
I don't know.
Because I knew it was coming, and then there was so much foreshadowing.
Yeah, I
Like
kind of being
when she
like,
was talking about her future
yeah,
and going home, and I don't know, there was so much.
yeah,
I
and the whole
can't like
time.
remember everything exactly now, but there was so much foreshadowing.
Oh, and she was talking about becoming Parabatai, and I was just like,
Exactly. And there was a lot of talk of her future. so that it would make her death worse.
It was just very cruel.
Hmm.
I like,
What about you?
oh, mm,
Sorry, there was that whole freaking scene where Christina and Julian and Emma went to Fairy and and fought in the Unseelie court. Like so much happened. I just remembered that happened. Like they went into Fairy, and there was Kieran killed his brother
like, yeah,
Eric. Like there was that whole thing. There was the
yeah,
Unseelie King coming into Christina's room. There was
yeah,
the curse between, not the curse. Well, what was it?
yeah,
A
yeah,
curse
yeah,
between Christina and Mark.
yeah.
There was so much
A
happening.
lot happened. I don't know. I think I just don't like the cohort. Like,
I hate them. They are so annoying. Like it makes the book so annoying to read. And I remember them being the most annoying part of the next book. Like you just want to throw your book across the room when they
yeah.
are part
Whenever
of
they're
the scene.
there, whenever Zara says anything, I'm just like, leave
Shut
me alone,
up.
please. Leave me alone.
I
Stop.
know I hate Zara so much.
Yeah, she's my least favorite thing about the book.
Mm,
So
obviously. But
annoying.
like,
And the stuff
cause
she said to Alec, I got so upset. Like,
mhm.
oh no.
But I feel like Cassandra Clare really wrote her character
Yeah.
very well because she gets under our skin
Yeah.
so much.
And I just want to say though, Kieran's comeback for that though was like the best.
No, but that was part of my favorites. So don't spoil it now. That was literally, I took a photo of it for part of my favorites.
Okay, let's move on to that then
But
because I want to
oh,
talk about.
but Kieran was like, I love when he was like, oh, so everyone gets to sleep with Magnus Bane.
Yeah. What did
That
the
was the best.
and it was like how it was like a whole quote though. Wait.
I know. I actually took a photo of the like when Alec was talking about Max, and that was part of my favorites. So I don't have the part that Kieran said.
Hang on, I'm gonna find it. It was good.
Page 678. If yours has the same pages as mine, I don't know. Probably doesn't. Mine's hardcover.
Mm. You all have to sleep with Magnus Bane. How exciting for you! Just yeah.
But like, I've really like. I know I said I really like Mark and Kieran being part of the book. The previous
Mhm.
book, I said that in the previous live show, but I've really started, not started to like, but I've really grown to like, I don't know, Kieran's character.
Yeah, I like
Like
Kieran a lot more.
I
I
like
didn't like him in
Kieran.
this book. He was like annoying, but I
And he's
like him.
also changed a bit since he's
Yeah,
joined the
his,
institute and stuff.
his memory loss moment. I was just like, yeah, you needed that attitude adjustment, my dude, because it was you were being real annoying. And
And I think it was quite a thing for him to kill
yeah.
Eric as well.
Did you also pick up that when Mark and Helen were talking to each other, all of a sudden they were both like as if they were in fairy court? And I was
I
like,
know, but it did say that. It literally said like something along the lines of Helen said with fairy formality or something like that. Like it
yeah,
said that she was talking with like a fairy in a fairy way.
yeah. And I was
But
like,
I quite like that. I don't know.
I liked it too. And I was just like, but
But
how?
why?
And I don't understand because yeah, but anyway, because he's
But
been in fairy, so I got
yeah,
him doing it, and I was just like,
but I
how
kind
did
of liked it. I don't
I liked
know.
him as well? But I was just like, how?
But dude, I love Helen and Aileen. I love them so much.
I liked them too. Are we?
I
Are
just
we?
wish they were in the story more. But I think
Hmm.
they're gonna be now in the next book.
Yeah. I think that was one of the things though that is good about this book is that they got them back because that was one of the main goals of this whole book though, and you're just like, are they gonna get back?
And I love
No.
how they like arrived in like full winter stuff, full
Yeah.
winter clothes.
Very dramatic. Mm,
Yeah, that was cool though. Like you can just picture that in your head.
yeah.
Okay, my favorite part. Okay, so let me read the quote first. That's my like favorite quote, and then I'm gonna tell you my favorite aspect of the book.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's in that same scene where Zara was saying all that stuff. So when it says she flushed, so that's Zara. So Zara says, "But if you die of old age and he lives forever," then Alec replies, "Then he'll be there for Max, and that makes both of us happy," said Alec, "and I will be a uniquely lucky person because there will be someone who always remembers me, who will always love me. Magnus won't always mourn, but until the end of time he will remember me and love me." That's my favorite
Ah,
part. I love it so much.
oh, I like that a lot too.
Yeah, I
I
just
think
love when Alex said that because I think even in some of our previous live shows where we were discussing Magnus and Alec, I mentioned this moment.
mm,
And so now here it was. I love it. Okay, and then my favorite like part of the whole book is Ty and Kit's relationship. They're so cute. And I'm like just like really curious because the way Kit talks about Ty is like he's gonna fall in love with him. Like that's like Kit just loves everything about Ty so much, and I don't know, just the way she writes it. And then obviously Livvy dies, so like going forward, that's all Ty thinks about. He doesn't think about Kit. And then
yeah.
like we know that Kit then I'm not gonna spoil, but anyway, um but I think if Livvy didn't die, I wonder what would have happened between them.
Yeah.
If if Ty could focus on something instead of Livy's death, because the just the way Kit talks about Ty and like looks at Ty and like I don't know, I just love it so
Yeah.
much.
And I remember, like, I don't know when it happens, but yeah, I'm not gonna spoil. I can't talk about it. But it's so frustrating. Their whole thing is so frustrating.
I don't know.
And
It's
yeah,
almost like Kit is overwhelmed with with emotion
mm,
that he like didn't know he could feel towards Ty, and I just love
and
it. I don't
are
know.
we getting like a sequel series to this one?
No, I think we get Clarion Chase's children,
Ah, is that what
and
we?
then that's gonna be the last trilogy ever.
Okay, hectic. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's lots to think about because I didn't look into what the next one is going to be about. I've been too
Mm,
upset with the last hours because
yeah. So the
yeah,
Lost Hours number 3 is gonna come out. Then the Red
I,
Scrolls
yeah,
trilogy. I
that
can't
run.
remember their name. The third one of that's gonna come out, and then there's gonna be a trilogy with Clarion Jace's children, and then Shadowhunters is done forever.
Hectic. Oh,
But
we
like,
still
I'm excited. Like, I want to finish my collection and like be done.
we need to at some point make time to read Tales from the something. I don't know that Tumblr stuff. Have you seen that? It's like a collection of letters and everything. Maybe
Mm.
after like this trilogy, or sometime before that, whenever it finishes, because I don't want to start it and have to wait because it's not finished yet. But I do want to read it at some point. Um, and we
We can
can,
look into it.
yeah, because we're going to run out of books at some point.
Hmm.
Um, hmm.
That's fine.
But,
Anyway, do you have a favorite part?
um, I don't know. I don't think I've spent enough time.
Because you like just finished the book.
Yeah, I just finished. But I was just looking at some quotes.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one from Arthur. There's truth in stories. There's truth in one of your paintings, boy, or in a sunset or a couplet from Homer. Fiction is truth, even if it is not a fact. If you believe only in facts and forget stories, your brain will live, but your heart will die.
Yeah. That
Um,
reminds me, there was the whole thing of Arthur. Or was that in the previous book?
no.
Yes, I don't know where Arthur like goes and then Malcolm kills him and
Fun.
then Annabelle kills Malcolm.
Yes, that happened in this one
There
because
was,
she
and then
wasn't alive yet.
Julian was in Fairy.
Because in this one, it was the whole thing where Malcolm was undead for a while, and he came to the institute with a demon.
Ah.
It was
See,
like,
there's so much that happens, you like forget half of it.
yeah, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Um, oh, I did quite like the part where he showed Annabelle his drawing of Emma, and
Mhm.
we had that like little moment of the artist connection, and she could immediately see that Julian loved her, and like I don't know, it just made me think of in the other book his whole like room full of Emma paintings and
Mhm.
why he hid them away. And I've just been enjoying their little like back and forth and think and I also like that we have Julian as kind of a morally grey main character,
Mhm.
where Emma, she's mostly good and like all of her intentions are pretty good, but we do have Julian who's very like kind of ruthless, and
Mhm.
sometimes you don't see it, but when you do, you're just like,
And that thing that Emma keeps thinking, um, you scared me a little.
yes. And like, there's this like kind of quote or I don't know vibe, I guess, that people post on Twitter a lot, and where they go like, when character A is like this and character B. Have you seen those? And I don't know.
No.
This is just kind of like when he will burn down the whole world for that one person, and like that's Julian with Emma and his family.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and I like also how they kept bringing up their family motto a bit in this, like what?
Lex Nala.
Yeah, about a bad law is no law, and I feel like that's very apt for this specific storyline and all of the kind of political things that are going on. So I
Mhm.
do quite like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also remembered another part that I really, really liked, and that was when Diana was telling Gwen about her like transition.
Transition.
Transition. I can never say that word. Transition. What's a transition? Transition. I can never say that word.
I think it's a cut.
I know transition, like when you're editing a video, there's a transition, but then a transition. I don't know. I don't know. Don't listen to
I
me.
was so confused. My brain was working so hard. Yeah, I was just like, what?
No, there's another word.
Oh, I've
Anyway,
tried Wordle lately though. Yeah,
what?
that's how I
Uh,
feel.
okay, wait. Let me speak about this.
Okay.
Diana telling Gwen about her transition.
Well, and then his reaction
Anyway,
when he fell down on
that
his
was
knee.
such a cute moment. Like saying she's the strongest woman he's ever known. It
Ah,
was
I
so
hear.
cute. I really loved that.
Yeah,
I don't know, and it was just so nice to finally hear her truth
yeah, yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was hidden like pretty well though, because I don't think that I picked up on it too much
Like
in the
the
first one.
only hint that they give is that she's tall. And
Yeah.
that's like, that's it.
Oh, that's all. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Oh well.
But
This
then she like explains why she can't, and then how she makes Gwen read the questions, and then she answers them truthfully, the questions that she would have to answer. I don't know, I just really love that.
Yeah, it was a cute moment. It just makes me so sad though that like Shadowhunters also kind of backwards about all the
Mhm.
stuff still. Like,
I mean, just like a few years previous, they like Alec liking Magnus was like a huge thing. So I
yeah,
don't, I don't know how, but I think if she did tell Julian and Emma the truth and stuff, like I think they'd be
yeah,
fine with it. It's probably more just the older generation.
yeah, uh, for sure.
Mm.
But it would be so cool though if they could, you know, have that be part of their world, and especially with the warlocks and stuff. And I know,
Yep.
like, she said she didn't want to do the spell stuff, but I feel like it would help if you had like warlocks helping with that kind of thing, especially with the healing process and stuff. Even if you can use runes and stuff, I don't know, just like have a lot of like medical questions.
I don't know, but it makes sense that she said she wanted it to be permanent. She didn't want her transition to
Yeah,
be undone by
yeah,
magic.
yeah.
And then every spell that a warlock has cast, like, dies or whatever when the warlock dies. So what if that particular warlock, like,
Mm,
dies or something? The spell's gonna
yeah.
evaporate. So it like makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And I really love that Cassandra Clare brought that into the story.
Me too. And like at the time, she was really like breaking down lots of walls in like mainstream lit
Because we have
because
Alec and Magnus and them adopting
yeah,
children. We
yeah,
have Helen and Aileen. We have Diana. Maybe Kit. I suspect Kit. Um,
yeah,
like there's just so much, and I really love it.
yeah.
And then
It
I
got.
also love. Sorry.
Mhm. Like people like always say like bad stuff about Cassie Clare or whatever, and she could be more inclusive, but she really did a lot.
She really did. And also kind of this is like a bit off topic, but I also love that she brought in another language, people from a different culture.
Yeah, I like that too. That was
Hmm.
cool. I liked seeing that. And then also like we got to see in that whole like end scene shadow hunters from the different institutes.
Institutes.
Oh, my brain is not. Yeah, that was cool. I wish we could see like more of them. And then um yeah, it's making me miss Cordelia though. I'd like to get to the last of those again.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, um,
I think that's all I have.
yeah, me too. I'm excited for the next one.
And if I had to ask you a question, I'd say, what do you think's happening between Kit and Ty?
Mm, well, there's definite feelings, like for sure. Like, um, yeah, I don't really
I
know.
think I picked up more on it this time than I did last time. I don't know.
I
Like
always,
last time, I kind of, I don't know, I just kind of, in my brain, thought that, oh, they were like really close friends. Maybe they could be Parabatai. But now, this time I read it, I'm like, this is more than friendship.
yeah. Maybe I read too much Jari fanfic growing up, but I was just like,
Oh, I just love the kid things about
yeah,
Ty. It's so cute.
gosh,
And the fact that they're only like 15, it's so cute. But then
but
Kit is actually like surprisingly a really nice person.
yeah,
Like he's not judgmental at all, and he's been like a really nice character to read about.
yeah, I like him too. And how I loved how in the end he was just like he's a Herondale now, and I'm like, yeah, you are,
Yep,
you are.
yep.
Uh,
Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about? The Riders of Manon.
I don't really know what to say about them though. They're like
Emma
cool.
killed one, and no one has none. Like not one of them has ever been killed ever in history, and Emma
Yeah,
does win.
I'm
But
like
then
thinking a lot about Cortana though, and like
I know that's what I was about to say.
our stuff that happened there, and I have memories, and I'm like, I don't know, like there's just significance about the sword
I know
attached to
because,
the
but then the
story.
riders of Manon also kept saying it's the sword, it's the sword.
Yeah,
But then I'm wondering if Emma's Parabatai situation is making it stronger too.
yeah. I was also thinking a bit about that because like in that battle, she was also like drawing strength from Julian, and I was like, ugh, yes, you got this.
Yep.
Um, Oh, I do find it interesting though as well that like we again have like kind of a power couple because Jason and Kari have angel blood and that's why they were more powerful and now these guys are more powerful because of
I
the
know no character can ever be normal.
they have to be special, you know. So um,
Ew. Okay.
God.
And I'd say, oh, now we're going to read a book without Livvy, but I can't say that.
Now but the parallels though, because I feel like this is really similar to the last hours as well because of
With
those
Jesse.
initial. Yeah,
Mm, maybe.
I can't really
I don't
remember
know.
that much about like what actually happens with Ty and Livy though, but I do know there's like some kind of
I remember a little bit, but
yeah,
I remember also that taking all all Ty's attention, like his every thought is about Livy. And then Kit is, I don't know, I don't know, I guess we'll have to read the next book to see.
yeah. So okay. Thank you for watching if you watched or watch in the future. We'll be reading Queen of Air and Darkness and we're gonna take
7 weeks.
so we'll have a live show at the end of April,
Mhm.
probably.
Because she thick and we
Yeah,
need time.
we do. We don't have the mental capacity or time in the day at the minute.
Hmm.
So yeah. Um, thank you for joining us, and all of the links to all the things are down below the Goodreads and
You can find
Instagram.
us on Goodreads and Instagram at the Parabatai BC.
There's also the playlist of all of our live shows where we've chatted about all of the books so far. If you'd care to watch,
Hmm.
and thank you so much.
We shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.